this is just a question. Who has been the person who has inspired you the most in your life? Who is the person who has given to you the best learning and the best ideas for you to to do anything that you want to do in your life? My answer, at least for myself, it's me. When I look back in my life, I say that wow, I mean, I have done so much. I have lived in so different situations. I have experienced so many difficulties and also so many blessings. And when I look back in my life, I said, okay, I have been gaining all of this, and what I have lost is because I need to, go over myself and to improve myself. Anytime that happens something for to us in any moment, we are all the time like asking why me, why me, why me. But I think the real answer, I'm sorry, the real question should be for what this is happening. What's the purpose and the reason of this? And I cannot stop. I cannot stop worrying, and I cannot stop asking me the same questions. And the reason why was because over the years I learned what was the real reason why I had to live and I had to go through that situation. And it's super difficult to be able to see that at the moment because we are humans and we humans are always by the emotions. So one thing I learned since I was super little was to control my emotions and control my mind. And guess what? The reason or the way I learned how to do that, being just I don't know 6 years older probably, was because when I born with super many difficulties. I almost died when I was born. I had spent probably 8 days into the hospital trying to get alive and all of that. And over the years, when I was growing and growing and growing, I still my body needed to be so strong. So um, at that moment, of course, my parents were with me, supporting me, helping me, and all these doctors stuff, medical stuff. So I learned how to deal with pain, with the nails that these doctors and nurses have to put you into your skin to get blood or to put you any medication or whatever. So that's the first time I deal with controlling my mind and understanding what the pain was and understanding to separate the physical body from my mind and from my soul. I learned that I was able to control any situation for most painful that it was. So that was my first experience of how to handle all these painful situations, even if it's physically, mentally, or spiritually. And then over the years, I learned how to do the same thing with other different difficult situations, also in my body. My body was or has been one of my best masters in my life, and also my inner and my internal child, the child that I was when I was little, and that child that still lives inside myself, instead of this adult 32 years old woman. So when I remember this little kid talking to me, I remember, okay, you don't have to worry because everything is already in a perfection. So what a perfection is, what perfection means, and how it works in the regular world or in our daily life. Um, so how it works is, that we are regulated by some rules, some laws, and in at least in my own experience, because again, I always talk from my experience. I understood that there are physical laws and there are spiritual laws. So both laws always work together. There is no something mystery. There is no any mystery. There is nothing kind of weird or that you cannot understand or prove because yes, you can. Um, so what I learned is that when I live a situation that I actually don't want to live, is probably what I needed at that moment to improve myself and to grow with myself. But of course, these experiences that are not so nice can always change. The way it can change or the way you can change those experiences is no breaking with the physical laws or the spiritual laws. And in another video, I'm going to talk a little bit more deeply about what is the physical laws and the spiritual laws. But for now, I just want to make a point, and the point is that yes, you can change that, and that's why some people said you can create your own reality. So isn't and again, it's no something about mystery or something weird that you are not sure how to believe or not. It's just simple, like simple maths. So the way you can change your reality is just changing the patterns that you have done for most of your life. So in my personal experience and in my personal case, talking about myself, what I had to improve and I had been working with since years ago, but mostly from last year and this year, is understanding the concept of discipline, organization, and control. Okay, so what discipline is keeping the what you want to do, your object, your goal, your challenge, or anything. Is keep going and going and going until you can become a master of yourself. Of course, this is no way of comparison with other people. There is no way of comparison with other experiences or anything like that. It's just about yourself. When you keep going with discipline and when you keep going with the understanding of that's your challenge, that's your goal, that's what you want to get, that's where want to go, well, you can actually go there and you can get to the top. That's why I love to teach with climbing because that's the process of climbing. The first time that you make a road, probably, and if it's a hard road, probably you're going to fall, or probably you're not going to do the best technique, and you're going to spend so much energy, and that it was not necessary. But once you keep going and going and going and trying to do the same route different times, you get a master of that, and you get to understand what was the best way to move. So that's the first thing, the discipline. And also, this is the other concept that I mentioned before was control. That's also a interesting concept because one thing is controlling myself and other thing is controlling the outside. When I control myself means that I can control my emotions, my feelings, the way I act with people, the way I act with myself, the way I communicate, and everything. So everything always is the responsibility coming from my side, from me. I cannot put all responsibility to the people out there. When you want to control the outside, when you want to control people, when you want to control minds, when you want to control spaces, that's when it doesn't work. Because the only way you can get a change is changing first you. And then, as sort of reflect as a mirror, the rest of the people or the rest of the environment it's going to change. If you don't work with that, so probably it's not going to happen and probably you're going to suffer. And again, I talk because my own experience, of course. I was trying always to control my outside, trying to say people you are not doing well, this is not the way you gotta do this, you have to change this part of you um, because you are having problems with your life and with other people's lives and blah blah blah. And when it was affecting me, well, that was worse because of course I was just trying to control their behaviors, their acts, and all of their part, not my part. But when I stop doing that and when I decide to what about it, actually it was not a decision. Um, it was not even an experiment. It was just something natural that happened to me. Um, I am vegetarian, probably for about 5 or 6 years, and at the beginning I was trying to teach and to explain people the reason why I was vegetarian, and some people got in a huge fight with me because they were also defending the way they feed themselves and how to gain muscles or muscles and everything like that. So I was kind of wasting so much time. I had my own center back in Colombia, in a beautiful magical town called Villa de Leyva. And when I was there, again, me being just vegetarian, but I was not anymore defending myself of being vegetarian. And the reason why was because that was not my purpose at that moment. My purpose at that moment was um, teaching people how to live in a wellness life, in a good and beautiful lifestyle, taking care of their mental and physical uh, areas. So when it happened, people of course was looking at me, growing my muscles, being super strong, being so mind focused and all of that. And of course, most of the people knew that I was vegetarian because first of all, I kind of sell some food and snacks in my center, and I was of course just focusing for vegetarian people. So when people look at me physically and mentally, they said, "Wow, I mean, it works. You know, works being vegetarian." So that's when that was the first time I learned I don't have to tell people what to do or explain to them. The only thing I have to do is showing them. And if this is my really mission, if this is what I feel that I have been called for, helping people to understand themselves, so probably what I gotta do is to make them be more connected with themselves. So the conclusion of all of this that I was sharing with you is, first of all, don't try to control the outside, just be focused in yourself and change your mind for changing the patterns that you have doing once and another time and probably are not working anymore. Second of all, uh, go for your own discipline and focusing what you want to get and focusing what is the best for you and how you can keep your balance. And the third point and the third conclusion of all of this is, remember all the time your biggest master. So remember your biggest master is also yourself and your child, the child that lives inside of you and that you are always going to be. Remember that all of us, we are the kind of the consequences of the an entire world, an entire influences, an entire um, people and entire conditioning about how we should act. So it's super nice and super beautiful to learn all about many people and to listen and many people and to listen their own experiences or what they think, because most of the people sometimes share the information about what they think, not what they actually do. So that's perfectly fine to everybody who works in their own way, but try to listen more to yourself, try to listen more to this little child that lives inside of you. And the way you can listen to them is meditating and is just closing your eyes and focusing in how you were when you were little. I'm going to start doing some programs and some workshops teaching some tools for doing this that I will share later with you. And the only thing that I want to do and I want to say right now is just focusing these 3 points again. Be disciplined, don't try to control the outside, and listen to this little child that lives inside of you. That's like the best tools I could have in my experience in my life and how I have been living and learning more and more and more. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoyed this time listening a little bit of my experience. And if you like this video and if you're interested to me sharing more information with you, and if you also are interested in coming to my workshops, you can make a comment, you can share this video, and you can make a like, and that's going to make also a beautiful change because my experience can help other people, and my experience can also motivate and get any smile in any person. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in my workshop. Loves.